Hello everyone. When I made this discovery, I wasn't looking for dinosaur fossils. I was beachcombing, looking at the local rocks and beach pebbles. Almost immediately, I started finding bones. At some point, I met people scouring the beaches for sea glass. They also found bones. Some of their collection is in this display right here. It's been 20 years now, and I want to pass this discovery on to our youth so they can start exploring and poking around for fossils. Everything here was left by the meat eaters, mainly tyrannosaurs. Why do I say tyrannosaurs? Because they had the teeth to do this, to these bones. Before I go any further, I'd like to dedicate this presentation to Colton Wong and anyone else who ever asked the question, were there dinosaurs living in the Bay Area during the Mesozoic era? Well, the short answer was no, and I believe that to be true because we were underwater during the dinosaur era. But there was no mention of the fact that the coastside that exists here now was being transported northward along the San Andreas Fault. Montera Mountain broke away from the southern Sierras when the San Andreas Fault was born, and that was 30 million years after the extinction. Okay, to start with, I'm going to show you some of these bones and the uniformity and the replication that these dinosaurs created. You can see similar shapes. Some of them start out looking like bone, and then some of them can look like rocks. This one looks like a rock, but you could see the marrow on the inside. This one is sandstone, but it used to be bone. Now we have teeth marks on all these long bones. They're just chunks, and they were going for the marrow. And once again, you see the similar shapes. These guys were surgeons and sculptors at the same time. Here we have a tailbone. You can see it's been chewed on. And like I said, only T-Rex could have done this to these bones. This is a tailbone from a sauropod. It was ID'd at the Carnegie Natural History Museum, and they said it was sauropod, and it could very well have been a titanosaur. Here we have vertebrae. You see they've been chewed on. Once again, this is a really nice one here, possibly cervical. And here's a vertebrae that's been split right down the middle. And we have more teeth marks, more carving on the vertebrae. You see the marrow on the inside. That's what they were going for. Over here, these are all coprolites. And you can see how chunky they are, probably from a small raptor. And if you could see the cubes and diamond shapes embedded in the coprolite. Now this one here, I found this on Jurassic ground, and it's comprised of maybe 1,000 at least slices. Every bite was a slice. This is my favorite. It has a bone in it with teeth marks. You can see the large chunks and pieces that the Tyrannosaur created. Before I go, I want to remind you all that Montera Mountain was a watershed habitat. The dinosaurs lived on both sides, and Goat Point and Ana Nueva were also deposit zones where I found most of my fossils. Anyway, I'll see you next time in my upcoming video.